Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Hi, my name is Filipina, and today we have a plan with me in my Hobonichi Weeks Maaya Sakamoto book collaboration for 2022. We are planning for the week of the 37th that covers from September 12th until the 18th. Here I just moved my sticky flag, and now let's take a look at the materials we'll be using for today. I have a regular ruler, a brush pen, and of course, we can't forget the fountain pen. I'll go through the pens later, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you the Tombow first. This is a dual brush tip in N79. I've had this for a while. I have two of these actually. It's one of my favorite shades, and I'll be using the finer tip first, and I'm putting that small cap on top of the longer cap at the end so I don't lose it. Here I'm just connecting the dots that are already on the planner, and these are guide dots. That's very useful for dividing the page into 3 columns. I'm just making a vertical line right across from top to bottom, and then I'm deepening the lines that are already on the planner. And this is something that I do nearly every single time that I set up my Hobonichi Weeks. I'll be doing a guide video on how to divide your weeks later on as soon as I get my Hobonichi 2023 Happy Mail. Here we're going to go ahead and set up the right page, and I'm just drawing a line that is connected to one of the lines on the left page, and then I'm deepening that darker vertical line on the right page as well. You can stop lining here, and I'm going to show you the page anatomy of a much simpler layout. So you can have your schedule, some daily notes tracker, extended dailies for the weekdays, a to-do list, and then notes and next week section as well at the bottom. So that's a pretty comprehensive layout, but I'm gonna go extra and continue with the rest of the page. I'll have another page anatomy later on for this extended version of the layout. You don't always have to do your weeks in such an elaborate manner like I do, but it's something that's fun for me, and I think that a lot of you find that very useful so that you can maximize your Hobonichi Weeks. It is a small planner, as I have seen in the many review videos that have come up about this planner, and it's great to divide it, or it's great to have the opportunity to divide it in a way that will work for your planning needs. So in my videos, just treat it as inspiration, because I know that your life is different from mine and you will have different needs from me. And I also do that with Instagram. So my Instagram is paperjoyph, and I also go through the many entries there for inspiration. So here I made a little table. It's just a small one, and I'm going to show you later what I'm going to use that for. And I'm using the brush tip this time to fill in that grid in a very precise manner, so it's very clean compared to how I usually use the brush end of my Tombow. And then I'm going to divide the bottom section even more, and I'm going to make another line of grid. So I'm going to be darkening that up so that the bottom part is very separate, if you get what I mean, from the rest of the page. And if you're watching me for the very first time, I usually have that section as my next week section. So now that we are all done, I'm going to go ahead and take my Platinum Preppy fountain pen, and this is the one in 0.3 or 03. This is a starter pen or a basic fountain pen. Usually it's marketed for students, and it just has the P on the nib. and it also shows you the number or what size nib it is. This is one of my favorite starter pens because it's very easy to use. It comes with a cartridge and you can choose whichever color you would like to put in your Platinum Preppy. So if you're just starting out, this is a very affordable way to start off your fountain pen collection and just to try it out. So here I'm going to be writing all my headers, or most of my headers, especially the top one. So I have 3 headers here: the this week, analysis, and focus. You can change that up according to how you would like to use the different sections. And then for the little table, I wrote down the first letter of each week, because that's going to be a tracker, and I'll show you in just a little bit how I'm going to use that. And then the bottom we have the next week, and then on the side I'm writing down favorites so that I can track some of the favorite things that I'm doing or experiencing. In particular, I like to write down my favorite movies or shows that I have watched recently. Not all of them are going to be new. Some of them are classics, such as the Indiana Jones movie, the Star Trek movies. Those are some of my favorites. So here I have a little habit tracker. I'm able to write down quite a few things, 6 things if I push it, but I'm only going to write down 5 things just to keep it compact. And then I'm dotting the days that I expect to be doing these habits, because not all of them should be done daily. And then I'm going to also be filling out the other habit tracker that I have. And this is the little table that I made. And I'm just writing the initial outside of the table because I forgot to add it in, of an A and then an S. So this is going to be my sleep tracker, and the A stands for awake or waking time, and then the S stands for when I sleep. And then at the bottom of that, so I have a little space there, but I'm just going to write down sleep first so that I'm reminded what I'm tracking there. And here at the side of it, I'm writing down total sleep hours, which I will be computing from my entries. So each day will have when I'm sleeping that day, and then also when I'm waking up that day. So it's just something that I want to really understand right now, because I think my insomnia is coming back. So I'm focusing on that right now. I need to get really good sleep because I'm doing a lot of PhD things. And then in that section, I also have some fun personal stuff that I want to note down. And I'm already writing down some of the things that I'm looking forward to, such as my Hobonichi Happy Mail. My Hobonichi is a little delayed because, as I've understood, I really think it's the sneaker mega that's taking a while. I'm also watching Rings of Power. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I really like that show. I'm not a very hardcore fan of the books, so I don't really understand all of the lore. So what I'm seeing in the movies from Peter Jackson and from the new series is what I think is in the books. I know not all of them are in the books, but so I don't really mind that it's not as faithful to the book. Here I'm just writing down my focus, and it's somewhat of a to-do list, but mostly what I need to do for one particular task. All the other to-dos will now go into the left page. In particular, I also have my analysis section. So this is tracking progress of one particular thing. So it's different from my focus because it is tracking down very small things, so littles of a particular activity. And then for the this week section, so I'm going to be incorporating my schedule. And this layout is great if you have that one thing that's going to take up a lot of time, and then you have just small things in between. So here I wanted to track my hours of work, and I'm going to show you a little bit how I'm going to use it when I do the legend for this. So it's just a line, one grid down with dots on either side or either end, and one in the middle, sort of in the middle. And then for the weekend, I'm writing down the task that I'm going to do for that one particular activity. And here I'm going to be reminding myself how I intend to use the line for my schedule. So I'm recreating that line at the bottom. Now, not all weeks will have this space there, but I'm utilizing the one for this week as much as I can. So here are the 3 dots, and then I'm just writing down that this is a legend for my schedule, and it could end up very differently. And if you'd like to know how it turns out, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel as well as following me on Instagram. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button if you do like the video, and if you would be able to share it as well to other planner people who are looking for inspiration, go ahead and do that. I would love to have you do that to share my content with the rest of the community. So lastly, here I'm just writing down that this is just a sample. I don't know why I did that, but it's good to have. So let's go ahead and take a look at the page anatomy. On the left page, I have my schedule as well as my progress tracker on the skinnier column. And then for the right page, I have my habit tracker. Above my favorites, my focus notes, my sleep tracker, my little fun stuff, and some next week space. And it's very jam-packed with different areas, and that's exactly how I like my spreads to look like. So here I have decided to go ahead and put a little washi on this page as decoration, because this is a very important week. I don't do this often in any of my functional planning, but I thought this week was important as it is the last week of one of my data collections. So here is the page close up. The ink here is the ink comes with the fountain pen that I had bought. It's at a Platinum Preppy, and it's very bright purple. If you like purple, I highly recommend this fountain pen. It's very affordable, and the cartridges are also affordable. It's a no-brainer, very easy to use, hassle-free. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you in my next plan with me, or maybe a haul video. We'll see. See ya!